The number of things that I have tried that have fallen on their face, but that's always good because it didn't work, it wasn't well received, whatever. So the most important success attribute, I would say, is willingness to fail. You have to fall in love with the process. And everybody's so cliche, everybody's heard, fail forward. But there's actually truth to it. And the idea of failing forward is being able to see failure or anything else that's coming up as data, right? And everything is just feedback. Failure is feedback. Okay, great, that didn't work. How can I use what I got back from that and iterate so that I can try something else? Because really, at the end of the day, if you don't try anything and you don't put yourself out there and you don't do the thing, you're never gonna know whether it's gonna work or not, right? And I think, entrepreneurs, real estate agents, anybody who is really successful has failed more times than they've succeeded. I was talking to someone on my team the other day and he basically said to me, we used Steph Curry as an example, right? And I don't know what the numbers were, but everybody focuses on, how many shots he's made, but he's missed like 5 times more shots than he's ever made. But everybody just thinks about like, oh my God, like he is the 3-point master, or like he can make any shot, like this guy is a legend. And he's missed more shots than he's made. And that's true for everyone, right? The number of things that I have tried that have fallen on their face, but that's always good because it didn't work, it wasn't well received, whatever, right? Every single thing that you do in your business, you're testing. So when somebody says, hey, I want to do this, cool, let's try it, right? And they're like, well, do you think it's gonna work? Well, maybe, it might, but it also might not. And if it doesn't work, then that's good too, right? So I think that there's an element of being a scientist and just kind of falling in love with the trial and error. Right? And I think a lot of the time too, though, and there's 2 sides to this, because there's also the element of, okay, I tried something for 5 minutes and it didn't work, and so I'm gonna jump to the next ship. And I think that you have to also give things time, right? We talk a lot about like the shiny object realtor, that agent who is constantly jumping from thing to thing, from coach to coach, from program to program. And that's also not good, right? That's not real trial and error. That's actually just lack of focus. And focus breeds excellence. I've always said that. People will say to me, when you started the Listings Lab, why did you stop selling real estate? Well, because they were both 2 monsters. And could I properly give both the attention that they needed? Of course not. Of course not. So I had to choose. And I think that's also something that's really important, especially when we start seeing brokerages come out. And I like the EXP model. I get it. I think it's great. But what we're finding and what we're experiencing with a lot of our agents is that when people go to EXP, their personal production drops significantly because they're no longer focused. They're splitting their attention between recruitment and selling real estate. And for most people who don't have team, who aren't highly leveraged, and who don't have the ability to like spend 50% of their time on a different business, because ultimately it is a completely different business, then something's got to give, right? So those would be my 2 things: fail forward and focus.